Well, it might be stating the obvious, but now there's research to back it up. The same diet just may not work for everyone. According to an Israeli study, a lot of foods that are considered good for most people might be bad for others. And scientists are now finding a way to predict a person's blood sugar response to certain foods to help create a personalized diet.
As scientists, we often deal with very basic questions, but in this work, we are very happy to also introduce a potential that, if further developed, would allow to benefit the health of millions across the world.
Joining us now, Dr. Crystal Lance-DeGeorge, an obesity medicine specialist, and Dr. Joshua Miller, an endocrinologist who specializes in diabetes and metabolism. It's great to have you both on this topic. Crystal, what does this information really tell us? Does it mean that diets that we've heard about, the Zone, Atkins, etc., aren't worth anything?
No, it definitely doesn't mean that. Kind of the thing we can take away from this study, Jenna, is that people have a variable response in their blood sugar to eating carbohydrate. So you eat a tomato, something you think is a healthy part of a diet, your blood sugar rises a little. Then your insulin rises a little. You take in that tomato's nutrients, you don't store too much as fat. Say I eat the same tomato, my blood sugar goes crazy. In turn, my insulin levels rise, and I store a lot of that tomato's energy as fat. So someone like me, I'm going to have a hard time ever losing weight on a conventional diet, one that includes things like, say, a tomato or a banana. Someone like you, you're probably going to lose weight no matter what diet you choose, low calorie or low carbohydrate.
So wait a minute. So Josh, there's going to be a lot of our viewers thinking, wait a minute, I need that information because tomatoes are bad. Then I'm going to need to know about that.
Yeah.
But Josh, how do we know that?
I think ultimately, Jen, I'm very excited about the results of the study. I think it informs us and tells us about our approach of late of individualizing, customizing, and tailoring our approach to patients as they choose to diet and as they choose to achieve healthier lifestyle change.
So what does that mean? I mean, how do we apply this to our real life, Josh?
I think ultimately it's important for people to realize the different effects that certain foods have on their overall blood sugar, on their lifestyle, on their weight, on their energy levels, and this study helps to inform the effects of foods on people on a daily basis. I think ultimately there are so many different variables that contribute to people's risk of disease and developing diabetes, for instance. If we can use technology that the authors are suggesting might help us to be successful in preventing disease, I think will be all the more effective for our patients.
One of the things that the researchers found that I thought was really interesting is that they gave people, they could eat different things, and they found that certain individuals, their blood sugar levels spiked more after eating sushi than it did after eating ice cream, which, is really contrary to what you would think, Crystal. But for most of us, that information is just not available. Am I going to be able to soon enough go to my doctor and say, can you test me for all this food so I really know what I'm supposed to eat and what I'm not supposed to eat?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to get that information kind of practically given to you soon, but in practice, we see that patient every day, that middle-aged woman who's eating a yogurt, granola, half a sandwich. That's her daily intake. She's hungry, she's exercising, she's not losing weight. She is someone whose sugar is spiking when she's eating carbohydrate. The only way she's going to lose weight is choosing low carbohydrate diet plan. And as a matter of fact, there's one diet that works for everybody probably, and that's restriction of that refined carbohydrate in our American diet.
That's probably true. Josh, do you agree with that?
I would agree with what Crystal said, and I think ultimately so much of the information that this study shows us is readily available to our patients. We work with patients every day to help them figure out the effects that foods they eat have on their blood sugars, have on their energy levels. This study helps us to combine that information. Do I think that we'll be able to offer that information in real time to patients now by way of an app? Probably not, but we have that information available at our fingertips.
So it could be something interesting in the future that we could all learn about ourselves. And in the meantime, we probably know how to eat healthy. Doctors, great to have you both. Thank you very much.